Yo, Nuggets are 2-2. Yeah, buddy, we just got done watching a second overtime on a back-to-back. Malone said we needed some conditioning, so hey, here we are. Welcome to our first last week with Nuggets Hustle. Leo, you ready?
Let's bring it in.
All right, Leo. So season kicked off last Thursday, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
10-24 at home against the Thunder. Uh, that's a
Yep.
heck of a team, isn't it?
That is if it was a mountain, they are Everest.
Dude, that was Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is definitely building on what he did last year. I think that the Giddy trade is working out brilliantly for them. Um,
Yeah.
I it's a heck of a team, and it's definitely, I think, set the bar in the West.
Yeah, 100%, man. Giddy is more of an offensive player anyway.
Yeah.
And I don't even feel like Caruso played a whole lot. Um,
No, he didn't,
but
but he's gonna
the
outdo our bench
presence,
players.
the
Yeah, the
presence
presence.
is just monumental. And they were missing two guys.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean,
I believe
it
one was the starter.
well, yeah.
So to see them already, as Scott Hastings put it, in midseason form,
Hmm.
I would have to agree with that. They owned us.
Yeah. And then you and I got to move on to the Clippers game, or we got to go to the Clippers game. That was super fun.
We did. Oh man, it was
Um,
a great time.
fun afternoon game, ball arena.
Hmm.
You and I screamed a little too much. Probably
We
pulled
did.
out a few hairs. Another game we should have won. Um, I mean, well, timeout. I'm not referring to the Thunder game. We should have lost that game. I'm referring to we had this game and we let it slip.
We did.
Um, Norman Powell had a night.
Yeah. Yeah, Norman Powell, man, that guy, when he is clicking, it is going. And it doesn't help when we have a player put up 0 points.
Yeah, that
So,
that
you
cannot be
know,
right. That can't be right.
um, yeah, but also it's probably not far from. I
I
think it was
didn't.
12 is what he did. He have 12 or something like that?
Yeah, maybe I must have.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, no, man. But sometimes with Jamal, it is felt that way. He
Hmm.
is not a, he's a guy that we are going to have to rely on, and a guy we do rely on. Everyone, make sure you say hi to Weasley. He has decided to join the pod for tonight. Um, but Donnie, you said it right, man. It just slipped right out of our hands, and it's just frustrating, especially when MPJ shoots so well. Um,
Yeah.
but you know, I want to say it was poor defense, but you give up 109 points. I don't know.
Yeah. And I don't even know, dude. I don't think these stats. I think I messed up this stat line here. I don't know what's going on with it.
Man, no worries. It doesn't matter, man. We lost.
Yeah, we lost. I want to talk about the Dubs.
Yeah, and yeah, it's just
It was frustrating because it was the first game we got to go to this year, right? Or at least I got to go to. And for them to play just awful, and you and I are just sitting there like, oh, get it to five or under five before this. It's like I'm tired. I don't want to play that game all year long. I don't want to play catch up. It's very similar to those Lakers games in
yeah,
that first round series last year. Um,
yeah,
but I want to before we move on to the wins, I want to talk to you about Christian Brown. And a big question this year is how do we replace KCP? I don't think we've replaced KCP. I think we've just got a steady, solid Christian Brown. He's not going to shoot lights out. But he's going to be a great defender. He's going to rebound, and if he can get us 10 points, 12 points a night, I call that a win.
100%, man. I don't. I, I I think he's been a sincere asset to our team,
Hmm.
and an improvement on what he's done already for us. So I'm excited to see that keep up. He has been one of the few, let's call it what it is, one of the few bright spots. um, of our team so far this year.
Oh, for
Um,
sure.
and we're sitting 500, and I'm talking like it's doomsday, but CB has looked nice.
Yeah, and I think I I kind of noticed this about myself tonight and over the last two games of like I feel like we shouldn't have gone to overtime with these teams. However, we beat them. Winning is winning, right? You have to get the dub. Um, but I still feel a little bit of a hangover in myself from game 7 of Minnesota series. I've it's taken me a little bit longer than I thought to kind of get over that and to expect like immediate just I don't know, retaliation on the NBA of what I thought should have been us moving on to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
Um, but I think I just need to calm down. This is a slightly different team with the same bones, right? We kept our core four.
Yeah.
We've
Where
plugged
it's older bones,
it's older bones.
older bones,
It's
expensive bones, but championship bones,
yeah.
championship bones.
I think, one thing I've noticed about I think KCP, he's a great three-point shooter. And a lot of people are talking about how we've lost so much three-point shooting because of him, but I'm like, that was one guy. And don't get me wrong, great three-point shooter, but to say that that's the reason that all of a sudden we're bad at three-point shooting, I think is a little bit dramatic. One thing that
Um,
KCP brought every single night, I don't think I ever saw him take a possession off.
yeah,
And
100%.
and that's kind of rare in the NBA. 82
Yeah,
games in a season, like I mean, I saw Jamal take a few possessions off tonight,
yeah,
or game four.
100%. Yeah,
Yeah. So I think and I think that that was contagious last year and the year before that. And so I think someone else needs to kind of step up and be that person that holds them accountable of, hey, I understand it's only game, 4 or game 65 or whatever, but we got to treat them all the same. And you're getting paid stupid money to put in the effort. But yeah.
I agree, Johnny. And I feel like we are paying them for effort and production, but at the end of the day, man, you're right, it's effort. I want to see that you're trying every trip down the floor.
Hmm.
Um, and you don't it's not the sentimental thing, but at least if we're gonna struggle, let's at least show effort while we do so. Um,
Right.
but lots of positives. So yeah, man, let's move on from the nasty Clippers and the ugly Thunder, and let's go to the wildly mediocre Raptors and the even more so Brooklyn Nets. Man, our schedule,
Yeah.
it's been a layup, but we have done a great job of making it prime time television. Um, down 10, 2 minutes to go, and we take the Raptors into overtime.
Hmm.
Uh,
Hmm.
Donnie,
I
April asked, she's like, uh, overtime was starting. She's like, we're gonna win. Got the best player in the world. And I said it so confidently, and of course things worked out for us, but I was sweating it the whole time.
Me too.
Oh my goodness, man.
Me
I
too.
because I, and you never want anyone to be hurt. You never want anyone to be injured, but Scotty Barnes went out and I was just like, oh, thank goodness.
Hmm.
Oh man, thank goodness he's done. I hope he's okay. I think he got poked in the eye or something. But I don't really know.
He'll be fine. He'll be
Um,
fine.
yeah,
If that's a
but
playoff game, he comes back.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. RJ Barrett looked pretty good, but our best was better than their best, and I will take it.
Yeah. I mean, I I feel like last year we only went to overtime, what, a couple times? I feel like we really didn't see much extra time. But here early in the season, we've got two in a row on a back
Yeah,
to back,
yeah,
like on the road.
yeah.
I mean, I I don't know. I mean, like I was joking about it, but we did need conditioning, is what Malone said. I mean,
Oof.
but one thing that's pointed out to me during these games, all four anyway, you and I were screaming it on Saturday. Dario Saric.
We screamed a lot of things, Donnie.
Yeah, we did. Uh sorry to any children that were around that day.
We
Um,
didn't scream bad stuff. It wasn't bad. There were kids around. We
yeah,
were screaming together.
they were thinking it. They were thinking it.
They were thinking it.
But Dario Saric, how does he fit in this team? Because, we've talked about it. He's the most expensive guy that's not in the starting lineup.
Hmm. Hmm.
And in fact, I think he's the fifth highest paid. I think he makes more than Christian Brown. Um,
That would make sense because I don't think CB's off his
yeah, rookie
rookie, is he?
contract. No, he's not. But like I just I get concerned when he's in there on defense. I'm not quite sure what we're trying to do with him on offense. And, when we signed him this summer, I'm sitting there thinking, dude, we solved the big guy problem.
Oh no,
And now I'm like, no, we just
no. He's a
replaced.
power forward and we're playing him at center.
Yeah, I mean,
You got to quit doing that.
yeah, that's like my next question to you. It's like this rotation of um holding, leaving Joker on as long as possible, rotating
Mhm.
everyone, kind of staggering them
Mhm.
throughout the first quarter, and then we throw in Dario Saric or we pull Joker off.
Yeah,
It's not working.
Donnie, that's one of my big three things that I want to talk about. Are you got to switch up rotations.
Yeah.
Rotations are bad.
Do you do,
Um,
do you have an idea? Because
Absolutely.
okay.
I say, because we're not starting great anyway.
Hmm.
We pull Joker earlier, and we run AG with Saric. Put AG in at the five. Let
Hmm.
Saric shoot the three. That's
Yes.
what he's good at. Let him
Yes.
shoot the three. Um, he is going to be a little bit of a defensive liability. Yeah, I feel like you try to put him on your slowest forward. I'm not. He's not going to be um, a mastermind with the defense.
Hmm.
We brought him here to shoot the ball, I thought, because that's what he's good at.
Pick and
He
pop.
can't shoot the ball if he's playing post.
Yeah. I mean, you saw tonight, like when Joker catches in a very standard post position, I'm thinking if you don't double, thank you for the 2 points, right?
And that's what
Um,
it was.
and that's what it was. And we can get to that at the end of the Nets game. I'm like, give me a steady diet of that, and when they want to be
Yep.
stupid and double, we'll beat you another way.
Oh my
But
gosh, I was screaming at my TV.
dude, right? But like Dario Saric, he doesn't have the same touch and the same slick skills that Joker has. He's when I saw him used last year with the Warriors, he's really good running that pick and roll with Steph, but
Hmm.
he's really good at like pick and popping, right?
Hmm. Yeah. Hmm.
And I think even a few times he'd do that, bury the three, and then the guy would cheat and he would back cut, and then a guy would rotate and he'd kick for another three, or he'd get a layup.
Yep.
So
He's a straight up guy. He's not a turn and go.
yes, yes, like we can't expect him to create offense alone in the post. It's just as
Yeah.
much as we wish he was mini Joker,
He's
it's
not good at it.
no, it's
It's
not his
very
game.
bad.
Yeah,
It's very bad.
but I
And also it makes me think maybe I've been too hard on Zeke because Zeke's a forward too, and he doesn't have a bad shot. Um, but man, I don't think that playing Zeke over him is the answer. I just think that we got to change the rotation.
yeah, and I think as much as I don't want to do this, first 10 games, dude, they're kind of an experiment. Like first off, Russ Russell Westbrook, how we did like obviously we knew he was going to play, but how did we know? How did we know how to use him? I don't even know if we still know tonight. He had I think 22. He had 10 from the line, but
Which
like
is great. I
it's
think he shot 37%.
yeah, and
No, maybe it was better. I don't know.
it might have been better because I know he buried two threes. Yeah, the
He
two threes
did
he
lay.
took. Yeah, and you and I have joked about how there's been guys throughout Nuggets history who have been like wild cards.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think that that might be Russell Westbrook's role this season. Like, how we talk about JR being the ultimate wild card.
Oh, geez. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. You might be right.
Like, just you're either getting 10 turnovers, 15% shooting, or four steals, two blocks, six rebounds, and 22 points. I
100%.
don't know. I don't
Yeah.
want that. What we need is consistency. But I think tonight we,
He's not going to give you that, Donnie.
I know, I know, I know. Like that's the thing is like if he was still consistent, what he showed tonight, he's a starter on another team.
For sure. Oh,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
And was steal of the summer. um,
Yeah,
or whenever we got him, whatever it is. But
right.
I, I don't think that he's going to produce consistency. I think he's going to produce excitement.
Hmm.
And a lot of times I think we're going to be doing this, but tonight we're doing this.
Yep.
So, um, love him or hate him, um, it's fun to watch.
It
It's
is,
fun to
man.
watch.
It's like
Fun to
lighting a
watch.
firecracker that you don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's either just like a smoke bomb or like a
Yeah.
M80 or something. You're just not sure. Like, what's gonna happen? You
Yeah.
light it, run away, and just kind of look.
It's
Um,
like giving a kid a Mountain Dew at Toys R Us and just letting them go.
yeah, what's gonna
Um,
happen?
yeah. Are they going to jump? Are they going to scream? Are they going to swipe? What's going to happen?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I loved, like, if we're gonna talk about positives, I did love the fact that we fought back. Jamal had his moment, although he did play pretty poorly in the Raptors game. Had his moment, tied it up. Great. We go to overtime, we get it done, right? Um,
You knew as soon as he caught it, we were going.
yeah.
I
Like
mean,
it's
you
just
it's a horrible layup, and he
dude,
just nails it like it's another day at the office.
dude, he has this like thing of like, oh, this is a big moment. Okay, let me put my real
Hmm.
shoes on here
Hmm.
and let me
Hmm.
go do what I do. Like, I mean, you think about that game against LA last year in the
Hmm.
playoffs, to both games, right?
The shot where he was like what 4 for 97 that game,
Yeah.
and the fourth one he makes is that the
Fade
shot.
away. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
and it's funny because like if you just see that, you're like, oh, Jamal had a great game. Nah,
yeah.
terrible game, right? But
No.
Jamal does need to pick it up. And I'm starting to see it in his eyes that he knows he has to pick it up,
Yeah.
which is good because if that was not the case, I'd be highly concerned.
100%.
I mean,
100%.
like we're talking years of Joker left. I mean, if you want to talk about Joker, let's talk about Joker. I mean, this guy's nearly averaging a triple double through the first four games. I mean, it's
And Donny, and last night he was not on the Kia MVP ladder top 10. He was not on the list.
I don't get it.
And it's way too early for those talks, but you know me.
Hmm.
Also, you shoot 3 shots in the first quarter. Um, hold on. Anyway, let's get past
Yeah, yeah.
let's
You're right though.
I
You're right.
I
And
do it. You said it, and I just want to capitalize on this. But I remember growing up playing against my dad and my uncle out on, the driveway, and my cousins and you and we all of us, us kids, we'd get up by like 7 or 8 points. We're 2 points away from game point, and then they just turn it on, and we lose by two.
yeah,
And that's what it's like watching this team.
it is.
It's like we're getting worked. It's kind of embarrassing. Um, and then
It's it's like they slept through the first, two and a half quarters, three quarters.
it's like, oh, it's the fourth. It's that
Uh,
time already.
Oh man, the coffee's
Gee
kicking in.
willikers.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. It's crazy, man. Like I noticed it tonight when like I can't remember how much we were down going into the third, but all of a sudden I just felt like, oh wow, they're awake now. I'm like, but if you guys had woke up from the beginning,
Yeah. Hmm.
you guys would be sitting and Zeke would be playing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Zeke would have some stats.
yeah, and don't get me wrong, the Raptors better team than, I gave them credit for going into the season. Scotty Barnes, stud.
Dude can play
Um,
ball. RJ
our,
Barrett can play ball.
dude, and Cam Thomas,
Grady
Cam
Dick.
Johnson, Grady
Yep.
Dick. Like, I mean, these are the NBA's parity is getting even better by the
Hmm.
year,
Hmm.
and it's funny because we bagged on the West all last year. Don't get me wrong, it was pretty poor, but I think it's starting to even itself out a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, but
Yeah.
yeah,
The
that
East was not good.
Cam Johnson tonight, whoo, boy, was
The dude can play ball.
your Tar Heel boy.
Yeah. He can play ball.
They were 12 for 24 from three at half. It's
Uh,
tough to win games when they're shooting that well.
yeah, it is. But
Defensively though,
also,
yeah.
they're making them for a reason.
Hmm.
And when you let pros shoot wide open threes, that this isn't,
Yep.
you know, this everyone can shoot the ball. So,
I think it was funny. I was sitting next to you at that Clippers game, and I think Norma Powell just buries a three, right?
Jeez. Oh my God.
Like I'm thinking, okay, let's keep it out of James Harden's hands in a big situation. Give us Norma Powell, and he buries it. And I leaned over to you and I just said, "These NBA players are really good, huh?" Like,
It's
there's no
just
scrubs. There's no
no,
scrubs.
no, no. As soon as you, well, with the exception of the Nuggets, as soon as you have a player that's shooting under 30%, they don't play anymore.
Yeah,
Um, we, however, have two or three players who are below 25%, I believe, on the season. And and I'm just annoyed. I'm not worried.
yeah.
I I think that P Watt will figure it out. I think Sarge will figure it out. Um, who is my third?
Strother.
No, but he shot pretty high percentage.
I've actually really enjoyed Strother so far this
Yeah.
season.
Oh, Chanchar, but it was just, has he played the other three games?
I think he didn't. I think he played some garbage time in the Thunder game. I don't think he's played much the other games.
Okay.
But I
Okay.
feel like if there is a fifth that comes off the bench, it'll be him.
Yeah.
Assuming it's not, a disastrous like AG Sarge and Joker all have 5 fouls, then probably Zeke or DJ.
Yeah.
But I mean, Chanchar, I think I expected more from him this year, and maybe I don't know, maybe he just because, like we said before he got injured, dude, he was a big contributor to this
Mm-hmm.
team.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know,
100%.
maybe that injury was just a big thing. I don't know, or maybe it just doesn't fit what Malone's wanting to do. Um, but
Yeah.
nonetheless, I'm so happy that we have fought back to 500 after a
Oh,
disastrous first two games.
Jesus, man. It could have been.
Dude. I mean,
Ah,
like the Avs, for example, they started this season 0 and 4. They
yep.
battled back to 500, and I mean, it was just a huge breath of fresh air to see that we could put multiple wins together.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that this team, it's a we got a real big test. We got a Friday, we got Minnesota. So, um,
It's gonna be tough, but
yeah, it's a test that this team needs right now. It's like, hey,
it's not OKC.
right? Like I think it's also there's a little bit of getting over what happened last year.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I mean, I know that a lot of the players and coaches will say that that doesn't matter. That's in their heads a little bit, man. It's in my head.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
100%. 100%.
I don't know, but I mean,
We're
Joe,
talking about it.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I do you think Joker's going to keep up this just ridiculous stat lines of? I mean, the first game, little rough, but the game got out of control, and I think he sat a lot of the game late. But I mean, 240 bombs in a row, and now 29, 18, and 16.
Well, the scary thing is, man, is like to me, it feels like he tries his hardest to not. Um, sorry, hold on, I got a pup that's getting a little crazy. Come here, bud. Um, no, man, three shots in the first quarter.
Yeah.
He scores 40.
Hmm.
And what he shot 8 for 10, 10 for 12 from the free throw. So he's not shooting 1,000 throws.
Hmm.
Um, Donnie, what truly needs to happen, and I've said it before, I'll keep saying it. We will win every game if he shoots the first 20 shots of the game. We'll win every game.
It
We'll win
definitely
every game
it
if he
incre
shoots the first 20.
it increases our chances, and I feel like what Malone needs to see, and I'm sure he does, but he needs to be more assertive in making sure that this is what happens. Run everything through him. If they don't double, okay, we'll stick on a nice steady Nikola 2 point diet. I'm fine with
Yep.
it.
Hmm.
Right? Like look tonight.
Hmm.
That when the Nets were down two
Hmm.
late in that game and they didn't double Joker, I'm like, so you guys are okay with overtime? You
That's
don't want to win the game? I'm so confused here. That was the dumbest defensive thing I've make someone else beat you.
make us shoot it.
Yeah, like it don't get me wrong. I still think when I love when they double because he makes a very solid decision. And if you're leaving MPJ open to shoot, and I mean, dude, so far AG has been a really nice 3 point threat.
Yeah.
His free throw percentage has improved drastically.
Hmm.
Um, and even a CB wide open for three in rhythm, I'll take that.
But he missed a couple that would have helped, would have been daggers, I felt like for us,
Hmm.
but I thought they were great shots.
Yeah, and
Just missed them. It's like that's the way the cookie crumbles.
yeah, and that's another thing I wanted to talk about tonight is late in that uh late in that fourth quarter, we're going back and forth, right?
Yeah.
There was two possessions, I think, under 2 minutes, and there was one, it was the CB3. I hated that he took that shot. I understand it was a good shot. He was open, but there was 17 seconds left on that shot clock, and we didn't need a three. And I'm
April said
thinking,
the same thing.
yeah, like
April said the same thing.
I'm
I thought
thinking,
there were only 5 or 6 seconds left. I was like, it's a great shot.
yeah, with
But
if that's the scenario,
but
you shoot that,
17 seconds left on the
dude.
shot clock is that's too much time.
Like in those possessions, heavy, steady diet of Joker.
Yeah.
And then the very next possession we had Jamal, I don't even think passed the ball and ends up taking it a really tough contested two or three, I can't remember, but he comes up
Hmm.
short
Hmm.
and
Oh, it would just barely nick the rim.
I thought that that was it. I thought those two
Yeah.
possessions cost us this game. Luckily, Joker knows who to foul. That was brilliant, by the way, to foul that one
So
guy right
smart.
away.
So smart.
Um, I mean, but then in overtime, we learned our lesson. And what did we do? Joker, 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 Joker. Make them decide. Is Joker going to beat us or are we going to make his mind beat us? Because I, frankly,
If I'm a coach, make him pass it.
exactly.
Make him pass it.
I'm thinking, and even if you're mixing it up, I just feel like we didn't force them to even choose because
No.
in those late possessions in the fourth, I'm like, you're doing exactly without hard work from them, doing exactly what they want us to do.
Hmm.
And that's not
Hmm.
give him the ball.
Yeah,
I don't
100%.
know.
It's you said it, Donnie. Everything needs to go through him. Yeah, 11 for 13 from the field. He shot the ball 16 times, scored 40 points. Or wait,
Yeah.
no. Am I looking at the wrong thing?
Um, no, he shot 9 for 16, 29 points. Is that what you said? Sorry.
I thought he had 40 for some. Oh, it was 40 the previous 2 nights, right?
Yeah. Previous
That's right.
students.
That's what I'm missing out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you shoot the ball 16 times, score 30.
Hmm.
Rule of thumb is for every, point you score, you should have a shot. You
Yeah.
score 30 points, you score around 25, 30 times, or shoot 25, 30 times.
Yep.
Donnie, he's not shooting enough. He's just not doing it.
I
It-
know.
and
I
and
know.
I'm over here saying this while he's got 16 assists. I We should beat teams by 30.
I know, man. I know.
I don't get it. Actually, I do. We don't play defense.
Yeah. Yeah. And
That's number two on my list, Donnie, is we don't play defense.
okay.
We watch the basketball.
That is my biggest take. We can talk about Sarge. We can talk about Westbrook. We can talk about the starting five not really gelling to where we're used to yet. But to me, like you're saying, our defense is atrocious.
Awful.
Um,
It's like
I,
we're every team's six man.
it's like
That's
we
what our
want them
defense
to
is like.
score.
Yeah.
It's come to
Yeah.
that where, and I don't know if it's effort. I don't. I mean, to me, man, the switching. Look,
Yep.
switching is okay in certain situations, but when you make it so normal and so easy to switch, then teams are like, okay, well, we're just gonna do all these ball screens, handoff or dribble handoffs until we get the matchup we want,
Hmm.
and then we're gonna go score.
We get a Cam Thomas on the Jamal.
Yes, like
Yeah.
all night for the last four games, I've seen that. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
you guys switch everything, even when the guy could have fought through very easily. This
Yeah.
is like you gotta stop doing that.
Yeah.
Um, and I understand that there switching is necessary in situations, but when you literally make it a norm,
Yeah.
then you're playing. You're just you're telling the other team what to do. It's like, okay, let's do this until we get the matchup we want.
100%.
I don't, and I mean, I don't know. I'm sure that um, Adelman, Malone, those guys are so much more knowledgeable about this game than me, but it's got to get figured out because
It's
we cannot outscore every team with this team.
yeah, you can't. We can't. We're not good at. We will. Yeah. We can do it most games. We can't do it when it matters though.
Yeah.
My
Um,
last thing, Donnie, is we got to make layups. I know we got to go here soon, but we got to make layups, man.
yeah.
We got to quit throwing the ball at the backboard.
Westbrook, focus,
We
bro.
we are.
Focus.
Oh my gosh, it's all of us. It's Nicola sometimes. It's we've seen Sarge there. We've seen Jamal Westbrook. I don't know if MPJ shoots layups anymore. I'm not sure. Um, AG, don't change. You stay you, baby.
Yeah.
You do you. Um, but we'll get there.
Yeah. Um, okay. 2-2. How are you feeling right now? Better. I mean, I'm feeling better than I was about 2 nights ago. Tell you that.
Yeah,
Better. Not. I'm not ecstatic, but I'm feeling better.
yeah. Um,
The bar
yeah,
was low.
I feel like exactly that's where I am too.
Yeah.
The bar is very low.
Yeah.
But lots of room for improvement.
Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Yeah,
All right. So we're about to get kicked off here, but Leo, I appreciate your time tonight. Nuggets fought back 2 overtimes in a row. Can you remind people for us, my buddy?
everyone, do not forget to show some us. Go Nuggets.
But what about Joker and Murray? Joker and Murray. Joker and Murray. Joker and Murray. Let's go. If you got respect for the game, it's time that you put some respect on the name. Joker and Murray and Joker, a duo that cannot be tamed. You got seconds on the clock. There go Murray with the shot. Yeah, that's a Murray flurry in a hurry. Came to give it all you got. Everybody showing some hugs. It's in the color we trust. But you gotta have an MP jump shot, leaving the competition in the dust. Come up in the Mile High City, never coming down like AG50. You looking at a squad full of champions. Tell me now, ain't that nifty? Not talking about Boa, but Rocky gon' show up and give all the fans what they love. If there's a rim in vicinity, there ain't no question, gotta stay above. Them boys from the 5280 gon' pull up and always be about a bucket. In case you confused, yeah, you know what to do. I'm talking about the Denver Nuggets. You heard of Magic and Bird. You heard of Shaq and Kobe. You heard of Jordan and Pippen. But what about Joker and Murray? Joker and Murray. Joker and Murray. Joker and Murray. You heard of Magic and Bird. You heard of Shaq and Kobe. You heard of Jordan and Pippen. But what about Joker and Murray? Joker and Murray. Joker and Murray. Joker and Murray. Why so serious? Coming from a walking, talking triple-double. Seems like we've been a problem, causing trouble ever since we left the bubble. They heard of an arrow that's green. We talking about Oliver Queen. But blue is the new one, he's reigning supreme. You can hate, but check the ring. Never underestimate the heart of a champion, it's Mike Malone. You could come for 7, but have your bags. Gotta know you going home. You coming to play at the altitude. You better get your O2 ready. Cause it's gonna be a breathtaking experience. And you know we're gonna rock steady. Yeah, you heard of Magic and Bird and Jordan and Pippen and all the big threes. But what's it gonna take for these people to see that they should hop on and believe? We ain't content, so you better think twice if you think that we stopping at one. You dealing with Joker and Murray, don't worry, the fun is only just begun. You heard of Magic and Bird. You heard of Shaq and Kobe. You heard of Jordan and Pippen. But what about Joker and Murray? Joker and Murray. Joker and Murray. Joker and Murray. Joker and Murray.